Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga. But we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it. And they using niggas songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater, her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Left some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a roof. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth of Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wookie-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back. We ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God.
Now woo-de-woo, some. Know the police listen, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking now woo-de-woo, some. Nigga cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running. Swear to God, nigga.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal? Rich Rapper typing in 10 and Trap News Network back in the same, like cracking the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's Sunday, so y'all know I don't go too hard on the intros on Sunday, but just make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get back into the Adam and Rat show.
You didn't
talking about. Let's get into it. Let's
You
go.
didn't get mad that I kind of stepped up and kind of said no jumper side when act, did you?
Here's my problem with that. It feels like there's all these nuisances and they'll be like on their deathbed, about to go away, shriveling up in the ball into a ball. Because you kind of did it with Sharp. You fooled Sharp into thinking that we wanted him back and gave him a little bit of, content.
He's out of here.
And now it just feels like you kind of are doing the same thing. Like we had almost heard enough of these guys.
No,
it seemed like it was almost over.
This is what I didn't respect.
And now you're in sort of throwing us.
No, they were kind of like trying to insinuate like when Act comes out here, he come by the building.
Yeah, and I think they're salty about that.
And I think that he was trying to insinuate like.
It's crazy how Adam is so forgiving that people calling him PDF file, talking about his wife, and all this kind of stuff to where to discredit or hurt someone else, they'll just allow a narrative to exist that doesn't exist. Academics has done a lot of work with those dudes over at FMW. So I'm not really, the whole concept of them Act won't work with them. You guys have all worked with one another. So, I don't know, bro. I think that it's just weird how an enemy of my enemy can turn into my friend when you're in this content space. Myself, personally, F all you ninjas.
Act can't come out here. So I'm like, what you mean he can't come out here?
No, he's with us.
Yeah, he with us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, wasn't they just added over there? Didn't you tell me the little group just broke up?
What group?
One of the little movements, you just told me.
Oh, well, I mean, allegedly the Aceboys, bro.
No, that means that Adam is tapped in and he's watching the Aceboys, and Wack just low-key put Adam on blast for being a fan of the Aceboys, because how else would you even know that they were maybe not even breaking up?
Okay, which is Pun's squad. I don't know. Pun was saying they're coming back, though. I did see it clearly.
But how does Pun have a squad?
Bunch of crib dudes that he hangs out with, that he does podcasts with. It's like a little mini no jumper, I guess. But they split off and they started their own thing.
But here's the thing.
Shout out my boy Rios.
Here's the problem with that over there, right?
Now Adam is trying to do the same thing Wack does when he does little disrespectful things. Shout out to my boy Rios. Now they're going to wonder if Rios is dealing with Adam and all that kind of stuff. It's all a flu, flam, a skull, Doug, and a Larson.
Nobody has stepped up to be the equivalent to AD over there. It's just real shit.
What does that mean to you?
They're just there.
So now it's a divide and conquer. He's trying to say, well, yeah, well, AD's the one, blah, blah, blah. The rest of you guys, blah, blah. Now when something goes left, he hopes that AD stands with Wooty Bam this and all that. So now the question is Wack going to be able to pull AD to the side of his own and stand against FMW? We all know the answer is no. But that's the direction that Wack is pulling it to. So let's see where this goes.
A lot of, yeah.
I think the Mexican dude probably could do something.
Do you know?
Yeah.
But ironically, his podcast on their channel is like the worst viewed podcast that
Is
they
it?
have, which is kind of confusing.
I think maybe they not respecting him being over there.
I don't think he really wants to be there. They had a whole thing where he called their live show ghetto, and they were like all really upset about it. I feel like the clock is ticking.
Look at the divide and conquer.
Feels like,
It's like you're kind of
bro,
over it.
it feels like a house with no grass in the front yard.
Yeah. Okay, but how do you feel? Because it's like, obviously, there was a clip of Pun and T-Row where they call AD and basically make him say F academics
I see
after
that.
Ack dissed Smack and T-Row. Now, Ack went out of his way, I think, to not diss AD.
But who was Smack? That's the dude got his vest took.
Yeah, the little guy with 1 foot.
Yeah. Yeah. 1
He
foot.
actually gets money from the government.
What you mean 1 foot? He got a club foot
He fell off a motorcycle when he was drunk and f***ed his foot up.
recently?
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Oh.
Could you imagine how easy our lives would be if the government just gave us a big, juicy check every month? And we just got to live off that because we were just born
Sounds like Lush.
a little, you know.
And then this is Adam definitely making a direct. Niggas can say, Mr. Viral Way, you gonna tell me that this isn't Adam making a derogatory joke towards Smack based upon the fact that he's black and hiding it behind the fact it's a disability? Well, no, because it happens to all kind of people. But these jokes are typically only made about black people. I wonder what Mr. Viral Way has to say about this. Mr. Viral, how you gonna excuse this?
I see with him, he called me about the taco lady.
Smacked it.
Yeah, he called me about her.
Okay.
Had me call in. We discussed it, and then I guess she got mad at him. He started breaking it down and apologizing to her as if, man, we don't stand with Wack on it. No, that ain't what you were saying when you had me call in. So when I saw that, it was weird. When I talked to him, he tells me she knows his auntie and all this, and they got on him, and I'm like, your auntie got on you. What are you talking about? But I'm looking at the whole situation over there, and No Jumper hasn't done anything but rebuild itself. Right?
Which I feel like they're kind of in denial about the fact that we're obviously doing a lot better than they are.
Oh, this is the team is strong.
Yeah. Right now, I think, honestly, is probably the high point for the brand in its history, to me, is right now, in terms of content.
The team is strong. And
The high point of content of this idiocy? All right.
I really don't know.
Very, very low hanging fruit.
AD is going to always be all right. He could do his on his own, but the rest of them, I don't think they have yet to establish themselves.
Yeah, it feels like they left No Jumper to start this channel, and the channel seems like an afterthought. Like, they don't really put that much effort or time into it. They're all focused on their own things. And, I mean, the weird part about it, all right, so they did the stream last night where they were kind of reacting to Ack, and T-Rell's trying to act tough and talking about Ack like he ain't shit, even though we all know that until about 24 hours ago, T-Rell was shamelessly on Academics'
Straight up. Pro Act.
I honestly think when I brought T-Rell around Academics the first time I did
He
Academics,
started jumping up and down.
I think that changed his life. Like right there, the level of awe that he had, because people forget about T-Rell.
Adam glazing Academics like this is crazy, bro. And Academics was extreme. You know what's crazy? One thing I can't say about Academics, and this is probably where Flacco looks up to him. You better watch Flacco too. You better watch Flacco too. But Academics then had all y'all in a situation to where y'all were cheering for him and campaigning for him. And now he using all that against all y'all. Pay attention. Message.
Bro, that he always makes it out like he was this big successful businessman when he came to No Jumper. There's a vlog where he says, I was just so happy to even be at No Jumper. I would have took a job washing the toilets. That's what he says.
Who?
T-Rell. That's what he says in this old vlog, that he would have took a job washing the toilets.
So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with starting from the janitor and ending your way up as an executive? It's like taking a 360 record deal to start your career off. Take your first bad deal, do what you gotta do to get your foot into the door, and then you take over. Only people like Adam who come from privilege and silver spoons in their mouth, or a certain type of privilege, certain type of color of a gender of a,
I think they have yet to establish themselves.
Yeah, it feels like they left No Jumper to start this channel, and the channel seems like an afterthought. Like they don't really put that much effort or time into it. They're all focused on their own things. And I mean, the weird part about it, all right, so they did this stream last night where they were kind of reacting to Ack, and T-Rail's trying to act tough and talking about Ack like he ain't shit, even though we all know that until about 24 hours ago, T-Rail was shamelessly on Academics'
Straight up.
like,
Pro Ack.
I honestly think when I brought T-Rail around Academics the first time I did Academics,
He started jumping up and down.
I think that changed his life. Like right there, the level of awe that he had, because people forget about T-Rail that he always makes it out like he was this big successful businessman when he came to No Jumper. There's a vlog where he says, I was just so happy to even be at No Jumper. I would have took a job washing the toilets. That's what he says.
Who?
T-Rail. That's what he says in this old vlog, that he would have took a job washing the toilets here. It even says in the title of the vlog, I went to No Jumper, life goal accomplished, or some shit like that. Like, you know, he didn't have shit going on, basically, was what I'm saying. When he came to No Jumper.
What was his first conversation with you when he came?
He was actually on the podcast a bunch of times before I even really had a conversation with him, because he was just sort of like one of AD's buddies or whatever. And then I started to notice the fact that he was resonating with the audience. And so I started working to try to build him up. I'm doing podcasts with him. We're doing interviews together. I'm trying to get him on other podcasts and stuff like that. Like, and then, you know, he chose to leave. And I'm going to be honest, it's all been pretty much downhill since then. And you want to know why I think it's really fucked up is because, so the girl that he's engaged to, Heather, she had this clothing line called Sorella, right?
Yeah, yeah. They had a store.
They had a store on Melrose, which was
Melrose.
the old Last
At
King
the
store.
corner, yeah.
When Tyga left T-Rail basically switched it over to his girl's name, and then they had the girls store.
Yeah.
I saw a post about this on the Reddit, but they haven't updated their Instagram in like 6 months. Everything on the website is 80% off. Like I think she was paying his way through life ever since he filed bankruptcy, and now I think she's broke. And so now they're two brokies together. And so I think that's why like he's acting like he's kind of enjoying this whole academics thing.
The only thing I don't really understand about Adam, if you're so above these dudes, they're so beneath you, everything they have going on is so lame, so corny, you're this, you're that, they're not this, you're not that. All right, fine, that's fine. Why are you so involved and so aware of everything they have going on? I mean, I do the news reviews and now you can't get nobody's comment. What's your excuse? Like, why do y'all be so engulfed on what's going on with these people who you swear to God you don't follow? This is a lot of information about T-Rail and Heather that even I didn't know that you're putting into the universe for somebody who's not, you know, interested in what they have going on. And it's just interesting how always these dudes be like, I don't know this person, I don't know this, I don't know that. But then as soon as something bad comes on, you guys are chatty patties, gossiping Gwendolyn's, and you guys just know everything. But let's jump back into this content.
Broke. And so now they're two brokies together. And so I think that's why like he's acting like he's kind of enjoying this whole academics thing, but I think he's really like up. Like he knows that like everything is kind of crumbling around him. And when you watch him on the podcast, you can kind of see it in his body language that he knows that the jig is up.
So you don't think they're making money over there?
I think when you look at the way they were doing at No Jumper while also being able to do their own thing, that was clearly a better position for them to have been in. And I think if there wasn't so much pride and ego in it, that they probably would have already came back. I mean, honestly, like I think if I hadn't dissed them, they probably already would have came back. Because you've seen Vlad and Lord Jamar, they're back together after 5 years apart. I was looking at that and I'm thinking like, I wonder how long it's going to take before that happens.
Do you think it's even room for them over here? Do they even fit?
I just don't think that. I think if you put someone like T-Rail next to a you or a Munchie or even a Lush or a, you know, whoever, I just don't think anyone would be all that impressed. I think everybody would be looking at him as the dumb guy in the room, which is like Smack was supposed to be the dumb guy to T-Rail being like the smart guy. I feel like T-Rail would seem like the inbred step cousin here. Like, I feel like I don't think he like stands out to their fan base. Even like I was reading the comments on that episode that they did last night, bro, they have like a hate fan base now. Like the fan base doesn't really fuck with them anymore, which is crazy because when they were at No Jumper, they were like beloved. And that apparently seems to have really dissipated.
Yeah, well, end of the day.
But I don't really pay attention to
Listen, man. I mean, you know, we gave it a little attention, a little time.
It's really how they want to play it. Because think about it. If you're Ack, look at all Ack's got to do. Ack does 9-hour streams like it's no big deal. there's a lot that I didn't utilize. You know, you as an exposer, you know, you end up with a lot of source material,
That's
and
a
you
fact.
don't end up putting it all out because sometimes it feels like I'd rather wait and let this
Wait.
cook. If Ak wants to do 8 hours on Trell,
You got the content.
I could send him a handful of documents and a handful of different notes. Look into this, do research on this. He could send T-Rail's entire life into a tailspin. I don't think that T-Rail wants to smoke.
T-Rail, we need a cash app.
The only reason that I didn't do
We need
a
a
lot of this
cash app,
stuff
bro.
that I could have done was just because I felt like it looked too petty at a certain point. I was like,
We need a cash app.
people don't necessarily really want to see me go this hard.
We need
But
a listen, on the
there's
other
a
hand,
lot. There's a lot to work with.
on the other hand, 600 calls me last night.
I see he's upset about the way people are characterizing his fight.
I told you, we already talked about the fight. That was an AI 600.
Oh, well, he didn't say that. He said he just got knocked out.
No, that wasn't it. Somebody might have paid him to say that.
Oh.
Yeah, why Wax sits there and allows Adam to talk bad about T-Rail and speak on his wife and all that kind of stuff is always a boundary that I'll never get. So, you know, there's Wack now speaking on T-Rail and Heather. That's weird. But that all being said, man, it's a lot to do about people who everybody said that they don't watch and pay attention to. That all being said, I'm about to here to the next one. Y'all know the deal, though. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Free Avenue Angel Tweets free. We are gone.